Once you've actually determined the calorie surplus, the next thing to determine is what type of foods do you want to eat. You have to ask yourself a couple questions. The first question you want to ask yourself is, are you the type of person that likes to eat a lot of food? Or are you the type of person that just likes to eat food that you really, really love? Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another Sunday Q&A. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today's question comes from Mako01, and Mako wants to know any suggestions on the best way to structure a slow bulk on a carnivore diet. And with regard to slow bulking, this is true for absolutely any diet that you're going to follow. The first step that you want to do is to determine what exactly is your total daily energy expenditure, or your TDEE. I went through this in great detail in another video called How Many Calories Do I Need? If you haven't seen that, I'm going to include a link right up over here to that video. But in a nutshell, if you are a sedentary individual, take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 12. That'll give you an estimate of your total daily energy expenditure. If you are a moderately active individual, you can take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 14. That'll give you an estimate of your TDEE. And if you are a very active individual, take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 16, and that will give you an estimate of your total daily energy expenditure. Next step, what you want to do is weigh yourself every single day and take an average over the course of the last week and see, is your weight decreasing, is it staying the same, or is it increasing? If your weight is staying exactly the same, then congratulations, you've determined what your total daily energy expenditure is. And the next step, you just need to determine how much of a calorie surplus you want to be in. If you find that your weight is decreasing, then you're actually in a caloric deficit. You want to increase your calories a little bit more to determine your true TDEE. And if you find that your weight is going up, then you are in a caloric surplus. You want to decrease your calories a little bit to determine what exactly is your true total daily energy expenditure. Once you've determined your TDEE, the next step is to determine an appropriate surplus for you to be in. If you are on something like a 250 calorie surplus, 250 times 7 is going to equal 1,750, which is going to be roughly half a pound per week. So if you are trying to do a slow bulk, half a pound per week is going to be very easy to manage, and it's going to be very sustainable. So a 250 calorie surplus per day is going to be very, very effective. If you want to gain weight a little bit quicker, you can go a little bit higher, but when you go on too big of a surplus, the problem is as you start putting on muscle, you're also going to start putting on a lot more fat. So if you want to do a slow bulk and do it the right way, then ideally somewhere between a 250 to 500 calorie surplus would be ideal. Anything more than that, then it's not going to be worth it, because the amount of fat that you put on relative to the amount of muscle is going to be a lot higher. Once you've actually determined the calorie surplus, the next thing to determine is what type of foods do you want to eat. You have to ask yourself a couple questions. The first question you want to ask yourself is, are you the type of person that likes to eat a lot of food? Or are you the type of person that just likes to eat food that you really, really love, that it tastes really, really good to you? If you're the type of person that likes to eat a lot of food, then ideally incorporating more low-calorie dense foods into your carnivore diet is going to be the best way to strategize your actual surplus. Because if you're the type of person that likes to eat a lot, then if you're incorporating really high-calorie dense foods, you're not going to be able to eat a lot, and you might go hungry. Whereas if you're the type of person where you'd like to eat a lot and you incorporate low-calorie dense foods, then you're going to be able to get a lot of food for lower calories. So if you are the type of person that likes to eat a lot, then that would be my advice to you. Just pick some lower calorie dense foods. That way you could eat more throughout the day. If, on the other hand, you are the type of person where you don't really care to eat a lot of food, you just want to eat the best tasting food possible, then eat whatever foods you prefer. Because at the end of the day, if you want to bulk and you want to put on some weight, you're going to have to be in a calorie surplus. And it doesn't matter if the foods that you're consuming are low calorie dense, high calorie dense, or somewhere in the middle. If you're in a calorie surplus, you are going to gain weight. And then what if you're not the type of person where you don't like to eat a lot and you don't really care about the foods that you like to eat? Well, if you're the type of person where you don't like to eat a lot because you just find that you're either slow, sluggish, anything like that, then incorporating more high-calorie dense foods would be ideal, because then you wouldn't need to put as much food into your body and into your system to get into a calorie surplus. And if you are the type of person where you eat a lot of food, you feel really, really bloated and sluggish, then for you, it would be more worthwhile to go for high-calorie dense foods when doing your slow bulk. But those are just a few different strategies that you can incorporate. Again, determine your TDEE. Once you've determined that, determine what exactly you want to do for a surplus. Once you've determined your surplus, determine the type of foods. If you're the type of person that likes to eat a lot, low-calorie dense foods. If you're the type of person that doesn't like to eat a lot, high-calorie dense foods. And if you're the type of person that just doesn't care about how much food you are eating, you just want to eat the best tasting food, then eat whatever foods are preferable to you. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to make more of these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.